After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 419. Today is Saturday, September 12th, as we are recording. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
Before we get into the podcast, I do want to give you all a heads up. We have a rather busy week this week with Talia's physical therapy on Thursday and Davina's doctor appointment. And then this weekend we have...
There's nothing wrong for Davina. It's just she needs Metrofields.
Right. And then we have... a retreat this weekend that normally we go to Ohio for this, but it's going to be online. As far as I know, we won't be able to podcast this weekend. So we will podcast most likely on Monday, the 21st. Oh my gosh.
Now, if they switch things up on us for some reason, aren't able to do it this weekend,
we'll let you know.
We'll let you know.
Okay? But we just want to give you a heads up that it won't be this Saturday, Sunday kind of thing. Okay? We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad to have you with us. If you are new, we're glad that you found us, and we hope you find something that will keep you here. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel by pressing the little subscription button and hitting the little bell so you can get notifications. If you want to take... Oh, before I get to that part, if you are returning, we're always glad to see you back. If you are new or returning and you haven't done so yet and you want to take part in all the alongs and giveaways and things like that, you need to be a part of our home group, which is... phnpodcast.freeforums.net, and that's in the little description box, drop box, wherever you call that there, is phnpodcast.freeforums.net. All you have to do is say you want to join and we'll let you in. We're just trying to make sure no bots get in. Yeah. So if you want to do that, and then you can join in the alongs and things like that. We have a lot of fun in that group. We have super moderators who take care of a lot of stuff because we get overwhelmed sometimes with what's going on in real life. So we are very grateful to our three moderators, Renegale and Valeria and Wombat of Doom. So they are, and then we have some who are sort of quasi moderators, like
they answer questions.
They answer questions and stuff. Sylvie, Linnea, a couple of other people who answer questions. So we're very, very, very blessed to have them take care of those things for us, and they always refer things to us if they don't know the answer.
So we appreciate that.
We are very appreciative. Okay, so moving on. All right, let's see here. It is September, so I want to tell you our upcoming... Oh, we've got our tea.
Yeah. You probably have way more projects than
I
me.
have 8.
I have 3 unless I'm able to work on something during the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to start working on something.
I did a couple of mine while I was waiting for Talia for physical therapy, and she had a little bit of an issue during physical therapy, so I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. But in any event, let's do our tea first, and then we'll get into that.
Before tea, I want to choose my bean.
Okay.
So this is Bada Bean. You got attacked by MPKC.
MPKC. This is MPKC. Miss Kitty Cat, if you please. Oh, that was her name. Miss Peppermint Kitty Cat.
Yeah, MPKC.
Miss Peppermint Kitty Cat. MPKC is very persnickety. In case you haven't met her when I was making her, if you're not a long-time viewer, she is Miss Peppermint Kitty Cat. Miss
MPKC.
Miss Peppermint Kitty Cat.
MPKC.
She has a little bit of an attitude. She has
an attitude problem.
She has opinions.
She does that. Let's do Cocoa Dusted today.
Cool. Okay, so
these are Cocoa Dusted crunchy broad beans.
In my Blue Owls bag, I said it again, a bag. It is not a bag.
Oh, hey, I was talking about owls. I was listening to an ancient civilization course on Great Courses Plus. They said that owls, Athena is for wisdom. Owls were her animal. So that's, I think, the link of owls and wisdom.
Right. Well, I got. Okay, that's cool. Okay, and so this is owls. This is from Davina, one of my owl mugs that she gave me, and in here is my chocolate rosemary caramel herbal tea. I think I had it a couple weeks ago on podcast, but that's what I wanted. And I was telling Talia I probably should have had something with caffeine because I got a little bit of a headache with the weather coming in. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those things where you're like, okay, what do I really want taste wise, and what can I have? And my headache wasn't that bad. I mean, it's just niggly type of thing. So I chose something that was not caffeinated. This is not caffeinated. It's chocolate rosemary caramel
I tasted
herbal.
it yesterday. I'm looking at tasting it.
This is honeybush tea, Rubio's tea, cocoa nibs, roseberry, vanilla chocolate essences, love, gratitude, no caffeine. So this is one of Andy's tea. Andy's Plum Deluxe. Okay. Unfortunately, Andy at this time does not deliver overseas, but he's amazing.
Yes, he is.
Love his teas. The whole group is absolutely amazing.
Oh, for sure. So mine is another one of his teas. This is a new to me tea. Well, I tried it yesterday or 2 days ago.
We are not paid to advertise for them.
No, we aren't. This is Plum Deluxe tea, berries and cream black tea. Spend some time with friends and tea. This is one where I put stuff in my cart, and he has this very nasty habit. You put stuff in your cart. It's like, hey,
for $5 more,
you can get this one for $5. And way too often I bite and take the bait.
I do too.
So I got this one for $5 because I put 2 chamomiles in my cart. So like I said, it's berries and cream black tea, rose hips, hibiscus, apple pieces, blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, cornflower, cinnamon, vanilla, berry flavor essences, love, gratitude, and most importantly, has caffeine. So because I also have a headache, I hid in a dark room before this, so that way I could be sure to be able to podcast.
I think I had that yesterday, right?
I did, but you really liked it, so I'm going to let you have a taste. Whereas I was only I liked that decently, but I didn't care for it that much. You really liked this one.
You really filled this up?
I did.
This is good. It's like a weak version of the Germany tea.
Well, also, I think I added more water this time, so it's a little weaker.
Yeah,
because it's not as strong as it was last time.
No, it's not. It's a very good. To me, it's a very fruity tea. It's very good.
And I'm wondering if also I didn't stir it as well.
You might not have. Okay.
It'll probably be stronger as it sits and as I let it sit.
Okay, so now getting back into where I was talking about.
Well, when I open this, I'm going to give you a fava bean, so just heads up. It's just biting me. There's your fava bean.
And you said this is what?
Chocolate cocoa dusted.
It's a bean.
Because it's vegan, so it's not. It's gluten free.
Oh, that's sweet.
No soy.
You know, dark chocolate.
It must be because all their stuff is like vegan. So
very good, very good.
That's very kind of them. For people who do Weight Watchers, they mark their points on the back.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's very considerate of them. So yeah.
Well, Daddy didn't make any noises when I said I might want to get some of those for my snacks in places like pretzels and stuff. Because the carbohydrates and this is better for you. So they have one with sea salt that sounds absolutely amazing.
It is. I'm not pulling that one out, but I pulled this one out instead.
Okay, can I go on now?
Yes, you can now.
So
I can permit you.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
You're so very welcome.
So our free forums, our home group for those of you who may be joining us a little late, phnpodcast.freeforums.net. That's where everything takes place. We have an upcoming toy along that starts in, what is it, October? Yeah, October. And that's our toy along, and that's been from the inception of the podcast.
Oh, heavens, that was our first
along.
along.
So, yeah, the toy along. And we usually do this up through Christmas. It ends December 31st, going into January 1st at midnight. And so
where's my
that's coming up. So you might want to start thinking about the toys you want to make, either for giveaways, for keeping for yourself, for gifts, charity, whatever it is you want to make it for. Toys, 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 toys. Okay? I might want to tag Crochet Nurse for that. She likes to make amigurumi. So
does she?
And so does Crystal.
I know Crystal does.
Crystal does too. So Crystal is Chronically Crochet, and I think you probably heard me mention her several times in the last several podcasts. And a Crochet Nurse is Sheila.
Yeah, I'm behind on Sheila.
I just watched her. She had her Instagram mirrored. She was talking about this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful. I was listening to her podcast this morning when I was getting ready to come downstairs, and she was saying that somebody had attempted to take over her account and ended up mirroring her account, and DMing people and asking them for money. Heads up, if you follow Sheila, she does not ask for money, okay? She doesn't use the DM that much.
Just some tips that I've picked up. If I'm sure most people know this.
Not everybody.
Making your account private reduces their ability to convincingly mirror you because they don't have all your pictures. All they have is your profile picture to work off of. The other thing that's really helpful is also doing some proactive searching yourself. I will actually semi-often search for myself to make sure no one's mirroring me. Like, say if I had someone who got through my filtering where I do searches, like when someone asks for friend requests for me, I will actually search to make sure I'm not friends with them already.
Right.
Because I'm paranoid that way.
Well, Sheila also suggested you have an authentication, that double layer authentication where it comes to your phone and you do whatever it is you have to do, a password or whatever. I didn't quite understand what she was saying. And she said also look very, very closely at the person's address. Like for her, she has a certain way with her, she uses underscores and her original name on there has a certain way of doing it. The other person obviously couldn't take that one.
Right.
So they did it slightly different, just slightly enough.
Well,
and
sometimes they'll change a number.
Yeah,
If you have a list of numbers.
well, for example, I don't want to say what hers was because it's not, I don't want to put that out there. Let's say it said, for me, Marlisha, hashtag Lady Fernico. Okay, it's not my Instagram, as anybody who follows me knows. They might put Marlisha, hashtag.
Right.
Okay, or something like that. Something little, or they might misspell something, like they might change an A
The R and the L
or something.
flip
And
them.
so be very, very careful. If you think that you're already following this person, check it out, okay?
Because sometimes they will mirror, like they've mirrored really famous colorwork designers. Usually also one of my first tips is if seconds after I accept the friend request, hi.
Yeah. it's
And
like,
I'm just like,
huh.
okay, and then I'll usually ask someone,
How do you know?
how do I know you?
Yeah.
Even though I know fully well how I know them. Because I got answered one time with, I do knitter.
Yeah, that's another thing she said, that the English was very strange. I think a lot of times maybe English is their second language or they're using a translator. So just be careful. Be aware that, because a lot of times they will come up and they're either selling you something. I had a couple trying to sell me something. They want money or whatever it is they want. And
Or if I have someone who comes through who might well be legit and they do that immediate hi, I'll keep them there, but I'll keep searching. Has my account come up? Have they done a fake account of me yet? Because the longer they're on my account, that's the longer amount of time they have to gather pictures to mimic me.
Right.
So, convincingly. So I'm a bit paranoid when it comes to that.
right. So just a heads up for that, okay?
That is your PSA.
Okay.
The funny one I got recently was Keanu Reeves trying to...
That was so funny.
Keanu Reeves trying to befriend me.
Yeah. I don't know how I got on, it must be a mirror account or something, but I've got on, what's his name? Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt. Yeah.
But like, one of, what's her name from Mama Linda. From,
Oh, right. She's funny. Yeah,
She, on my Facebook, she was like, you just think about how disappointed he's going to be when you don't befriend him. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure the tears on his pillow bespeak the pain in his heart.
Yes.
I coldly rejected his advances of friendship.
Yes. She's a doll. She's
a sweetheart.
Mama Linda is an absolute doll. She used to do a podcast with her daughter.
Are they
and
still doing it?
I don't think so.
I don't keep up with podcasts very well anymore.
I looked them up one time, and the last one was like Being Brienne, I think is her daughter.
It is.
And
She is.
the
Sorry.
last time I saw that one, it was like, I think a year ago or something.
And I can't remember what their
Yeah.
podcast
And she was by herself. I can't remember. Sweet something? I forget. But it's been a while. They were sweet. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well,
And they are sweet. They're
They didn't cease to be sweet
well,
when they stopped podcasting.
I don't know. I haven't seen them, but they're fine. They're really dolls. Okay. Now, anyway, having said that, the toy along is coming up in October. We're going to go into what we're currently doing. We have the PHN charity Cal Lal. It's all year long, so it started January 1st of this year, and it's going all the way through the end of the year, kind of apropos considering what's going on in 2020. We didn't know it was happening when we were going to do it, but this is all things charity, okay?
Why is it apropos?
Because people need things.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my brain's not working.
They're not working. They're not.
Yeah,
some people aren't working.
Yeah,
some
you're
people
right.
are.
Sorry, my brain's not working today.
Not to mention the people who need masks. Anyway,
We were just thinking of it because we've been knitting a lot, or we've been wanting to make more baby things.
right. Anyway, trying to move along here forward. The charity along started
Love me anyway.
started January 1st. It's going to December 31st, the end of
She
that
loves
day.
me anyway.
I'm going to gag her. Okay. Anyway, I'm her mother. I can do that. Anyway, it runs till the end of the year. It's divided into quarters, so we're in the third quarter, and we have featured yarns and featured patterns that are worth more. So let me go through that real quickly. I will be going through the rules pretty much verbatim in this along, and then just amending them as we go through our other alongs, okay? Because we have 3 of them. The first thing is that it could be knit, loom knit, or crocheted, and in this case, sewn for the masks only, those surgical masks only, the ones that they're using to help keep out COVID. So the COVID masks, any Franciscan Gypsies design pattern, any baby pattern, any Laura Concert pattern, or my pattern, my one pattern, Lady Fernicle Creations yarn project, or a Lollipop Girl yarn pattern that's in a finished object is 2 chances at a prize. And if you use a featured, and Brittany's dishcloth, I always forget Brittany's dishcloth, is 2 chances at a prize.
Horrible person.
And because she's collecting for charity, and that's very important.
She has been doing this for
a long time.
Eons.
Okay. Now, those are the 2 chances at the prize for finished object. If you do one of our yarns, mine or Laura's.
Hey, quick question.
No, wait.
This is charity related.
Wait.
Okay.
I've got to get through this.
Okay. I'll
2
forget.
chances at a prize. If you do my yarn with a featured pattern or Laura's yarn with a pattern, then you get 3 chances at a prize for finished object. Now, what do you want?
Before I forget, Davina makes scarves for charity. She has been able to give them away. Brittany, do you take scarves?
Yes, do you take scarves, Brittany?
I was afraid I'd forget because I'm so fuzzy.
That may be, but you keep interrupting
I'm sorry.
my aged brain. I'm not going to remember,
I'm
and
sorry.
that was important.
I feel like I have fog here.
Okay, write it down.
Oh yeah, that would have worked. Wouldn't
Yes,
it?
it would have. Okay. I'm testy today. So I want to get through my stuff and not be interrupted 5,000 times. Okay, so, and just in case you're wondering, because you haven't watched this before, this goes on all the time. It's not anything.
It's not new.
It's not new, and it's not truly upset. Okay, this is
No,
just
I'm
what we
not
do.
sitting here weeping because I was snapped at.
No, and I'm not. It's not even really snapping
No.
at her. It's just
No, I did said snap.
yes, yes. It's not. It's what we do. Okay, it's just what we do. So wait,
It's
it's
our
our
thing.
dynamic. Okay. Anyway,
Wait. Dynamics.
but this was music. Okay, and this has a story behind it, but we won't go through
Where's
that.
my ear? Oh, there's my-
Okay, so those are your multiple postings. You are required to do your own multiple postings on the group. Okay. I forgot hat not hate. There's so many things that we're actually giving multiple chances at prizes to. You really need to go to the group and check them out. They're all listed. Okay. Let's see. 1 WIP per project per week, which means your work in progress for those who are new to the crafts. 1 FO whenever it's completed. That again is the finished object in case you're new. And what that means is you can do, if you have 5 WIPs that you've worked on, you can do 5 postings, 1 for each WIP. If you finish one of those, you can still post that finished object that week because you finished it. It's no longer a WIP. Okay? All right, let's see. Hashtag PHN2020 on Instagram, okay? And we do have prizes. We have a lefty set of yarn donated by Mama C. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
And 2 skeins of Mama Llama yarn in the Nile colorway donated by Marriott, okay? And like I said, we may or may not be able to do it if it's an overseas winner. We might have to send you something else, like a gift card, depending on what the shipping is, okay? And also if you want to pay the VAT, all right? Because we can't pay the VAT.
I'm not sure if I have the brain to work on this right now. I might just switch projects.
Okay. Now, cardiac dysautonomia. This one is coming to an end on the 30th, so we've got about 2.5 weeks maybe of this. So it ends September 30th, and The rules are basically the same, except that we're not accepting any sewn objects. Okay, the featured objects.
The only one that takes sewn objects is the charity.
Right.
Along
The
this
featured,
time.
the featured objects and the featured patterns are basically the same. If you can make Brittany's dishcloths meet the requirements for cardiac dysautonomia, that's fine. The colors and stuff like that, you can use it here as a featured pattern. But it has to be in shades of red, shades of pink, white, black, shades of blue, shades of teal, or shades of turquoise, more blue than green, because those are the colors that we associate with dysautonomia and cardiac, okay? And basically...
Did you say black and white?
Yes, black and white as well. I will repeat it in case I didn't, black and white.
Because I don't remember you saying
I did,
so.
but...
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I did. All right, let's see here. Everything else is basically the same. I don't want to go into that again because we had such a long intro this time.
Not really. This is actually a short intro for us.
Boy, it is, isn't it?
We've gone like 40 minutes before.
Okay, so you are responsible for your multiple postings. My patterns, Talia's patterns, Laura's patterns, my yarn, Laura's yarns. 2 chances at a prize for, thank you, for the featured, for the finished object. And if you use my yarn with the featured pattern, Laura's yarn with the featured pattern, that is 3 chances you're responsible for the multiple postings. Okay.
Do you ascribe to the theory that my one friend who was a biology major is now like, she's like a PhD or something in biology, it's anthropology. Her theory was that if you took something from someone else's plate, the calories stuck to their plate.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you agree with her.
Just like I believe that every time we run with Looney Hiker, we get calories off.
Oh, okay. That'd be sweet.
She said she shared it with us.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Yes.
My question is, does the calorie burn triple, or does she have to work harder?
No, it triples.
Oh, okay.
It would not be detrimental to her.
Okay.
No, that wouldn't be fair. Okay. All right. We do have prizes for this. I'm not going to go into it right now. Well, yes, I am. 1 skein of Dragonfly Fibers Ginny Sock in the Golden Pear colorway is for 1 person, and 2 skeins of Euroflax 100% wet spun linen sport weight in the charcoal colorway for another winner. Okay. Now, Tortoise versus Hare is our last along right now, and that is Laura Concert's brainchild baby, whatever you want to call it, and we enjoy this.
Her brainchild baby.
Yeah, her brainchild baby. It's a brainy baby. Anyway, we have a lot of fun every year with this. Laura started this when Talia started designing her toys, and
well, I think it was after Timmy was designed, when I had both a tortoise and a hare.
Right, and so we've been doing this for several years now. We are co-hosting. Thank you, Laura, for asking us, and B-Wing is the other co-host, and she's been doing that for 2 or 3 years now, I think. And so anything that's tortoise or hare related. It could be bunnies, it can be turtles, it can be the turtles and the bunnies together. It doesn't really matter. Although Laura would probably say, do one or the other because it's a contest. Okay? I'm a tortoise. Brittany's a tortoise.
You're an owl. You're not a tortoise.
I am an owl. But in this case, I'm a tortoise and Brittany's a tortoise.
You're a traitor to your owls.
There's no owls here.
Traitor
and
to
Talia is a bunny and Valeria is a bunny. And we have, I don't know what Patty is. Is she a bunny?
I'm pretty sure she's a bunny.
I think she's a bunny, and Sylvie's a bunny, I think. But Sue is a tortoise. Mm-hmm. So we have.
Jedidiah's a bunny.
Yeah, but I think Stephanie's a tortoise.
You might be right.
So we have a pretty even. This year it's really close. Usually it's a runaway by the tortoise. This year it's close.
I really hope the bunnies get to win this year.
Rena's a tortoise.
I know.
Yes. Rena is a tortoise.
And she's
picked up the slack for Sue.
She really can crank those tortoises out.
Yes. And it's a good thing because I have several tortoise things on the hooks and needles, but I'm not doing anything with them. So it's really good. But anyway, be that as it may. This is Crocheting Whovian's Baby. That's a Crocheting Whovian podcast. And she is on Ravelry, she's on Instagram, she's on Facebook, and you can go anywhere. If you're not a member of Ravelry, she has ways for you to participate. I think part of the reason she did that was because our group, we do a lot with her, and we're not a Ravelry. So
yeah,
in order
she
accommodated us, which is super nice.
Super
okay,
sweet.
So Laura's special. So let me see here. The rules are basically the same. knit, loom knit, or crocheted. It does not have to be toys at this time anymore. It's anything.
It used to be primarily toys.
Yeah, now it can be anything that's tortoise or hare related, including the yarn, the project, whatever. Okay? And our rules are all slightly different, so you have to take a look at the group. Obviously, you have
follow
to be
our rules for our group.
but you have to be a member of the group in which you are participating. Okay? You don't have to be a member of all 3 groups, but it's a lot more fun if you are. And you get multiple chances.
You get multiple chances at
chances at a prize if you do. Okay, and the featured patterns, Taya's patterns, Laura's patterns, my one pattern. It's basic. You heard this before. Anything. The featured patterns and yarns that are normally featured patterns and yarn, as long as they're tortoise and or hare related. Okay.
What are tortoise?
Tortoise. All right. Let's see here.
Kind of imagine that's how like rock bebop or rocksteady would say tortoise.
Could be. All right, now
tortoise.
The prizes. Laura Concert is donating one of her mini skein sets. Like it's the That's Like So Totally Rad set. It's a neon set, and it could be either a fingering or DK, and it's 10 grams of each color. Okay, so it's really a bright, bright, like this kind of bright set, okay? If I'm remembering correctly. And then we have one cake of Stroll gradient yarn in the color Kale, which is kind of I think it's a gradient green if I remember correctly. And so
kale is green. So.
Yeah, so, and I can't remember who donated that to us, but we are very appreciative of it. It's a full skein of yarn that's just already caked up, okay?
Which is nice.
Which is really nice. Okay,
because then that actually it's a good selling point, having it fully caked up.
Yeah.
Because then you can just start a project as you go. As soon as you get it.
And I think it's like shades of green, which is why I said it's good prize for turtles. It goes like from the lighter on the outside to a darker on the inside.
Sounds really pretty.
Okay.
I remember it being really pretty.
All right, so now we are going into...
Sorry, allergies, guys.
Our rough drafts, and I think I have 8.
Well, as soon as I start knitting on this, I'll have 5.
Okay. So my first one I haven't done in a while. This one is in my Mama C, and that's Christina, my Mama C Words bag that she made me. This is the first bag she made me. It was a complete surprise. Isn't that great? I love it.
You love it, I love it.
I love it. It takes courage to grow up and to believe who you really are.
Guys. What's the reference?
What?
You love it, I love it?
Oh, yeah, I do it. I know that. You love it, I love it. You love it, I love it. Okay, now, this is Tara, the sea turtle, and this is Taya's design. This is the colorway we were talking about that Cappy did, okay? A while back, we were talking about the colorway she made. This is my colorway that Cappy named after me, okay? So you can see, it was based on I think it was based on my old ball band.
I think you're right. I think those were the colors of your old ball band.
Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous?
It's really pretty.
This top shell is in my colorway. This, I think, is Villainous.
Yes, it is Villainous.
And that's Dragonfly Fiber? Or is that...
that's Dragonfly.
Okay, Dragonfly. And then I have this, which is Marigold Gin, some Speedo, Electric Speedo?
Hang on.
Tangerine Speedo.
Yes.
Tangerine Speedo. This is Marigold Gin. I kind of hoard my Marigold Gin because it's not available anymore.
That's the same thing with Dragonfly. That's
yeah,
why
Dragonfly as well.
If you ask me to borrow Dragonfly, I'm like, wait a sec.
Well, Dragonfly is available, but it's not.
Well, it's certain colors, like the rodeo that we both love.
It's Dragonfly is still out there. I'm waiting to see how they transfer, how everything transfers over.
I think they're still in for the process because unfortunately their transfer occurred during, like, a little bit before COVID, I think.
Well, I think it was toward the end of last year. And so they're doing a good job from what I can tell.
I haven't been to their site.
But I think when Dragonfly was going out, they said that some of the recipes would transfer and not all of them. So I don't know if I can even try to get Rodeo.
Not to mention, we think it was only called Rodeo because it was part of a kit.
It was part of a kit. We couldn't find the color.
I'm not even sure if that red is available elsewhere.
Yeah. So hopefully I can maybe get that. But so we kind of hoard these kind of yarns. We might trade it back and forth. We don't think we're going to do anything else with it.
But like, I tend to hoard reds and greens anyway because I use them for Christmas stockings.
Yeah. Okay, so that I did that, I think, a little bit. Where was I? Did I do that at the...
I don't know what you did at the
No, I did it. I think I did it at home. Okay, so my next one is keeping in the turtle theme. In my Mama Sea Owl's bag. Apparently, I'm keeping a Mama Sea Owl Mama Sea bag as well. This is my September, the baby turtle. Actually, I'm working on October, not September. This is October. This is September. The shell's already finished for September.
You're trying to catch up with October.
Yeah, this is October. So I worked a little bit on this the other day.
They're twinsies, and you don't want to have one born too early.
Right. So this one is September with the green undershell. October, we'll have this Malabrigo. This is sunset color. This would be her undershell. Okay. And obviously the tops are the same. This is Marigold Gin. No, this is Dragonfly. Dragonfly. Sheaf, yeah. No, Marigold Gin is Sheaf. No, wait. Oh, you're right. Dragonfly Fibers Traveler in the Sheaf colorway. Marigold Gin DK in the fresh colorway. So this is the fresh colorway. And Madeline Tosh DK in
Yeah, because I gave you the Mad Tosh from the
That's
original
right.
turtle.
The one I said before Sunset is in a different project.
Oh, okay. You said Sunset?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
because I have a colorway that's very close to this. This is the Mad Tosh. The other one is Malabrigo and Sunset, and it's a similar color. If I pulled it out, it probably is a lot more different than I think.
Mm-hmm.
But, so this, I'm working on the two turtles. They're twins. So, but I'm working on October right now. And I've got both their legs done. I've got both their little things to
Cover their
the
belly
hole
button.
done. Yeah, their belly button. And
That's not really
does
what
it
it is.
have a
But
tail? They don't have a tail, do they?
they don't have a tail because the idea is that they're just
They
pulled everything in and they're just sneaking slowly out their front legs and their head to
Right. So when
look out at the world.
when I finish the shell, I can start working on the heads for both of them. So
That's why
finish
Tara
up.
is the only one with all the pieces because she's not shy at all. She's like,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Tara.
I'm gonna do the smolder.
Bean?
You're trying to get me. Thank you. 3 of them. Thank you.
Okay, so my turn. I'm going to show you the one I can't show you first. I'm so close, guys, but I've had so much fatigue this week that it's really hard for me to get through the little bit I have left. I also found that I dropped a stitch like 6 rows down.
She thought she was gonna have to pull out every to that point.
But with my mad skills of dropping down and fixing,
You have skills, Ty.
I have skills.
Yes, reference.
But so what happened was because this is mosaic, and I changed colors every 4 rows, and it's in garter as well. When I dropped a stitch 6, it's more like, gosh, it probably was more like 12 rows down because it's every, 12 rows down, it didn't ladder all the way down.
Right.
It just stopped where it was because the next color underneath it
Kept it from going down
kept
further.
it from going down further.
Because it was finished.
But it did mean I had to create, I was supposed to have 5 stitches on the edge and I only had 4. I had to create that 5th stitch all the way up that didn't exist before.
All right. It was a good thing it was on the edge so you knew exactly where it was.
Yeah, it was. Well, I would have picked it up earlier otherwise because every other it would have
Right.
been very obvious.
Right.
But, so I am probably, I have about an inch before edging, which is an inch long. And if my fatigue allows, I will have this to show you on Monday for the podcast. Not this coming Monday.
Next minute, yeah.
And then I had to send it off, put it in the Etsy shop for the lady to buy. But, yeah, I don't know what I'll do without this. I've been working on it for like
Oh, you
ever.
have plenty to do.
Oh heavens, no! I know exactly what I'll do without this. I will knit other things that are not this, that are not pink
Yes.
and white.
We don't even like pink. Okay.
I think I'm pinked out. I think I will like knit something in like orange.
Ugh.
I love orange.
Yuck.
Don't be nasty.
Yuck.
Or like lime green or something like.
Like this.
Yes.
Whoops.
Go ahead and play with your turtle. You know
That's
you
me.
want MPKC.
Me.
MPKC. You're such a brat.
That is the pattern.
Yep.
Okay. All right, my next one is in the Plover Bird Mickey Mouse bag. And this is my Colorful Birds wrap from the Show Off Boomerang pattern. Yes, it appears that I'm going to continue with this.
I still want it to become a
Surabel?
thank you, I can pull the name out. Surabel. I think it'd be so pretty as
It
a
would be a
Surabel.
Surabel, but unless I finish some of my crochet projects, like your shawl.
I get it. It's just that it's like it'd be so pretty as a Surabel.
And it might-
I am mourning the Surabel that will not be.
It might still become a Surabel if I finish your shawl quick enough.
Uh-huh.
But right now I've got your shawl, a blanket, dishcloths, the little squares that I haven't worked on in a while, and I think I have something else that's crochet. Oh, the toys, all the toys.
Yeah, it would just be such a pretty Surabel.
But the toys don't bother my hands like some of the others, and the squares don't bother my hands like some of the
because
others.
I don't use much more than single crochet in my toys.
Yeah, and the dishcloths do have, the dishcloths and the squares do have multiples, but they're small. So if I finish the bigger projects, I might pull this out and it might become a Surabel. But right now it's
That would
staying-
make me so, not because I want it, because it's not. I just think that it would. The Surabel will bring out the best in the yarn, like it always does.
So it's made a little progress. This is a nice mindless, and if I did the Surabel, that's mindless for me too, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
And let me reiterate that it's not the pattern, and it's not the designer, and it's not even the yarn. It's just,
Well, every once in a while, it's just not really what you. I think the Surabel might be slightly more interesting for you, but that while still being mindless.
Well, this isn't that. It's not.
Also, it's Surabel.
The color, yeah, I love the Surabel. It's probably hands down my favorite knit pattern. I mean,
It's not
just,
knit.
Yes, it is. Oh, the Surabel's crochet. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at
I
this and
think the
thinking,
Surabel's not knit.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
probably-
finished saying.
yes, I know. It's probably one of my favorite crochet patterns, along with
It's
this.
probably one you made the most.
Yes, aside from maybe your toys.
I think it's beaten out even my toys.
I've made a double digit. I think I made 20 of these or something.
yeah, because
um,
I think you even made more of those than I did in the patterns that I made the most of.
Yeah, I do. I would sit in the car when we traveled, and I'd have a couple of balls of yarn or 3 balls of yarn. I'd finish one, pick up another one, and start one. When my hands would cooperate, I just keep going. You know, just
Well, it was before hand issues.
yeah. I mean, when we went to retreat a few years back, several of my friends got Surabel cowls because I sat there in the car and I made one, then started another one. Then my husband and I would
Well, I think Ruth really loved the one you gave her.
yeah, and then then we go to when they have some kind of craft store. I don't think it's open anymore, but we went and we picked up a little more yarn, so I was able to knit or crochet more Surabels during the retreat. So people got them during the retreat, and then on the way home I made some more. It's just I used to do it. We'd go to the zoo or whatever. I can't do that as much anymore because my hands won't allow it. But it's definitely my go-to pattern for things.
Well, you used to like that Lion Brand Heritage for it.
I still like that Lion Brand hair. And that I was thinking, what was I going to do with that when I go to Hobby Lobby to get some things? Surabel.
Doink.
maybe a, you were saying another stole? Maybe I'll make a stole.
Oh, that'd be
A nice wide one.
That would be nice because that's a really nice texture.
A stole wrap. I mean, not just one of those thin, but
A full on.
a nice
sole.
big
Yeah.
wrappy one. You know, almost a long thin blanket.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Like,
like.
something you'd think of like someone like Scrooge wearing on a cold night or something.
Yes, his was more of a shawl.
His was more of a shawl, but something you might imagine like I don't know.
Marmee or somebody wearing.
Well, yeah, that was my next. I was
Yeah.
going to say someone from that.
Yes,
era.
we are doing another Little Women reference.
But it would be the Little Women with Christian Bale and Winona Ryder and
I prefer
Kirsten Dunst.
the one in the book. Okay, now so that's that. How many more do you have? Do I have to do one more again?
I have 4 more. And it's only because I started working 2 projects during the podcast.
Okay, I think I'm okay. If I have to do 2 at the end, I can.
Oh, it's my turn, so let me finish this row here. So, let me start by showing one of the projects I started during the I didn't start the project. I started working on it again during the podcast because I've had a ton of fatigue this week.
Yeah, you were off your meds a lot, and
Well, no, it wasn't not any more than usual. Any more than I have been the past month.
but I think whatever cumulative might have been in your
And also, weather's coming,
Weather,
and
yep.
sometimes I just have a bad week.
yeah, it
Because
wasn't.
you got to remember, I wasn't under great control with all my meds.
It wasn't a fun week, but we will talk about that later.
So, the fatigue was pretty bad. So,
Let's keep that.
Well, what I'm saying is the fatigue was pretty bad, so I didn't have a lot to show. That's why I only had 3 projects to show, and that's why I had to start 2 of them, two more during the podcast. So this is Bunny Butt dishcloth, as you can see, and he is growing. And yeah, the couple rows that I just did while sitting here is all that I've worked on him this week. But I was having trouble focusing on the toy and seeing where I needed to do my increases. It was too much. My head already hurts. Right. So I didn't want to do that. This actually hurts my head less.
That makes sense. Yeah, we've got it pretty bright in here so you guys can actually see us. Because I know that Patty was saying that it's kind of dark in here. And
oh, when you guys chat?
Yeah, and she understood why we were doing it. So, but it's actually brighter than it has been in the past. And we are thankful for people who do things like that, because sometimes we can fix it, sometimes we can't.
And also, I try to adjust it, like try to make it a little brighter when I can, in editing.
Right. But so Patty was very helpful to us because we knew what was an issue, and we can then take a look at it. Maybe fixing it on the other end. So, because she knows.
Because we actually can't make it too much brighter in here, as even like if we wanted to, we have all the lights on.
Yeah, we have.
Plus, we added extra.
Yeah, and the lights behind us kind of give shadows, and we can't open that even if we want to because the couch is too close up against the.
Well, and even if we did open this back here, it would put us
in shadow.
Yeah.
So
you said that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Oh, 1, 2.
Put it in silhouette. Was what I think I was going to say instead.
All right. Well, in my... Did you do yours? Yeah, you did. In my large Universal Studios bag is my Ninja Turtle Baby Blanket project from the Ninja Turtle Baby Blanket pattern by Lisa Vanilla on Lovecrafts.
Yes, because we apparently had to play with toys during our podcast.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Okay. So this is... I'm almost done with this green.
This episode is called What We Do.
We do.
You need to write it down.
I don't have the ability right now.
Oh, okay.
I have it on my lap. It's under my
bag. I was wondering where your paper was. Otherwise, I would have written it down.
Okay, so this is. I'm almost there. Let me see.
Where's your hook? Okay, it's right hand.
I'm trying to see where my marker. Not my marker, but my.
Did you get a chance to mark it?
So you can see I'm right here. When I finish this row, I'll probably go to the next color, which is purple, for Donatello. And I know it's taking a long time, but I have to listen to my hands, and so...
Listen to the hands.
Listen to
da, 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 da,
yes,
da.
and I would be very impressed if they get that, because it's a very obscure song.
If you're from that era, you gotta know that.
It wasn't a popular one. It was kind of one of their...
Oh my gosh, am I a geek when it comes to that?
No,
that is Davina's fault.
That's Davina's fault, yes. Anyway, so this is, you'll be seeing purple. You'll see, if this comes up next week, you'll be seeing purple, okay, on here. So
instead of seeing red, they'll be seeing purple.
They'll be seeing purple. They'll be seeing Donatello make an appearance. Maybe Mikey, but probably not. Okay, and this is just all Brava Sport.
Because Mom doesn't have to push herself to finish it. You know, she can finish it as she wills.
It will be finished when it's finished. And that is a reference.
And we have made that reference so many times.
Now, what did you want to call this? That's what we do.
That's what we do.
It's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do, or it's what we do, something like that. And we both have a little bit of big hair today.
Well, I pulled mine up because we have, yeah, in case some of you are wondering, I have, sometimes people are like, you got your hair. No, I didn't. It's up. My hair,
she has it up in a high point.
My hair is way down here. But
because it's curly,
it's just, we haven't had a chance to go out, and I looked at it this morning. I'm like, no.
And I've been wearing it down lately because it provides a barrier from light. Yeah. So it's a nice protection. And I didn't realize till today, for one thing, how much longer it's gotten. I think if I stretch it, it'd probably be a bit longer too, because mine also smushes up a little bit. Not as much as yours, but
yeah. When mine is down, I stretch it. It goes almost down. It's like about.
But mine has grown significantly during
COVID.
During COVID, we might almost be interested to see if this little back part that they had shaved for surgery or clipped for surgery, if that'll eventually get to the point where I don't have this little mullet when I pull my hair up.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I mean, eventually, of course, Tabby will be able to make it all even again. But
yeah, so I have like this big 80s curl thing going on, especially since I don't have any bangs. It really looks like I'm like a hippie or something.
That's not 80s, that's 60s.
So am I like more 60s then?
I don't know.
They usually did straight then, though.
They ironed their hair. Yes.
I don't.
Patty can correct us. Patty is a little ahead of me. I
Was it 70s where they kind of let the curl a little bit more?
70s was the feathered look.
Okay.
70s was the feathered look. And then you had the 80s with all the...
Right, this is more the big hair, like what I'm doing
Yeah,
here.
yeah. But, okay, anyway. That was my Ninja Turtle blanket.
Because you said that your curl was really like in during that period because you could do like the pseudo afro or whatever.
Well, I had that, yeah, because I had short hair
and
during high school. If you see my high school pictures, my junior and senior year picture, my hair is really short. It's actually, it's about the short as a pixie, but it's a cuter style. And then,
but then as it started growing, you had like this. It was like
once I went to college, yeah, I had an Italian descent. Or Italian, I don't know if it was Italian born. I think it was Italian descent, like first generation or second generation Italian, who used to do my hair when I came home. And he had curly hair too, and he knew exactly how to do my. I remember coming in. He gave me a free haircut and everything when I was getting married.
Oh, that was sweet.
That was his wedding present.
Aw.
So he gave it, and he says to me, "Well, now you're married, you have to cut your hair." And I just looked at him and said, "No."
Is that a cultural thing?
I don't know. I don't know. I said, "No, I'm not." I'm not. But
I'm curious now. That's maybe an older
remember
Italian tradition.
Because he was so kind. I still remember his name. His name was Johnny, and he was.
That sounds like Johnny.
Johnny. He was,
and I'm doing a horrible attempt.
He was just adorable. He knew how to work my hair.
I have become ashamed to my Italian ancestry.
He was a doll. I could come back when I was pregnant or whatever. If I needed my hair trimmed, I could get it trimmed. He was very nice. I mean, I paid for it then, but you know, he was very nice.
He probably was a little smug when you cut it. You came in, it was cut when you had little ones because of Davina.
Well, no, I was pregnant with Davina when I came in.
Oh, you didn't come in now.
So,
okay, so I guess it's my turn, is it not? Okay.
Now that we've waffled and talked about big hair and all kinds of stupid, weird stuff.
I'm not sure if I should have crossed off that row.
I don't know.
Let me see. Yes, and I should have crossed off the one next to after that. There we go. I get into knitting it, and then I only realize once I'm like, where am I? Okay, I need a bean. Do you want a bean?
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go edit my thing and just make it another cookie. You know, to add the calories.
Or you could just scan my bag.
But I'm not eating that much.
Oh, that's true. Well, so far, we've been doing one-on-one.
Have we?
I mean, I'll have one extra right now. But, okay. My turn. Oh, let me show the other one that's right over here. That I also started working on. Very little. I think I did a couple rows, and then I realized I couldn't focus on making sure I did the increases right. So, I showed you last week. This is Swift the kitty for Little Miss Thing for Christmas.
It's good that she's in here. Call it Little Miss Thing.
Oh, I think she'd be mad.
Davina's a doll. She just... Oh, before we forget... Oh, we'll do it later. We'll do it later.
Did you catch on something? Okay, and let me find the part that I was actually working on. It's hiding.
I saw the bunny button. I said, that's not the color you're using now for that.
So this is some yarn that Mom had.
I love that. That's such a beautiful
had given
yarn.
me. She had made a scarf for Grandpa out of it. Had made my teddy bear that I do sleep with. That thing's poor thing's misshapen. And his Now this happened before I started sleeping with him. I think his eye, you know, stitching on his eye.
I might have to restitch that, or you can restitch it if you want to. But
so this is Plymouth yarn, core color spun. Knitting worsted weight, 75% acrylic, 25% wool. Apparently I like things with a little bit of wool in it because I think the Lion brand that I like also has a little bit of wool
this is really soft.
I think it tones down the acrylic feel. That is what bothers my hands.
And this is the Ocean Drift colorway, I think.
I think it is. Hold on. Maybe I'll tell you. It's drifting.
Drifting?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay.
Drifting.
All right.
I wonder if it used to be called Ocean Drift.
It might have been. I love this color. I just had used it already so much, and I had so much of it that I told Ty she could have it. I
used some Miss Babs Yowza Zing for the little eyes. Look at his little face.
I might pick up some of this for a sweater. or something. This would be. I think that's what I wanted. You know, I said it was for a shawl. I think.
Well,
it was
I know
for a
you
sweater.
made, no, I mean, you made a scarf for Grandpa. You got way too much because they didn't know how to judge.
Yeah, but then I made a toy and everything out. I wouldn't have gotten that much for a scarf. I think.
But you didn't know how to judge at that point.
Yeah, but I still, I wouldn't have gotten that much over. They wouldn't have told me that much over. I think I wanted to make a.
Well, okay, because they weren't crocheters. They really didn't know.
I think I wanted a sweater out of this.
But look at his cute little face, and then I'm beginning his upper body. I just couldn't focus on it anymore.
Adorable. He's adorable.
He hasn't gotten as much love as I want to give him because I couldn't focus. It was a rough week.
Between consignment stuff and
then just not being able to focus. I mean, I did lose one of my consignment things.
Yeah,
she gave me a break.
We'll talk about that later. You should be hearing from her soon too.
Yeah.
All right, now in my Silver Shed USA blue PHN Faces bag, and we did mention that this bag might, maybe not this size, maybe not this color. If we talk to Ann, we might be able to give you an option of the red, the blue, or the gray.
Yeah. Because that was our original options.
This might be this retro bag, if you will, might be a prize for when we hit, we say 450 episodes. Or
I'm not sure if we had truly made up our mind.
We haven't made up our minds.
We just were thinking that it might be nice to bring that back because we do have so many newer members who weren't there for these bags.
So in this bag, this is one of the first specialty bags that Ann made for us, if not the first, and it is Talia's shawl. It's the Taste of Autumn shawl project by the scrap shawl pattern by Anastasia Zattel, and this is one of my other favorite patterns. I've
always wanted to make it, but every time I've tried, I just can't. I guess I just don't like crocheting things that aren't toys that much. Because I wanted to, and I just can't make
I made some progress on this. And I think what's going to happen with this is, do you see where this gold here is like this? That there's a brown between the gold. I think that given the amount of gold I have, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to continue with the gold. And we'll see. Maybe I'll stop at this row of gold, and then...
If you want to go long, go long. Because you know that I will not complain.
No, I understand that, but if I don't... I guess I still have... I'm trying to think how many colorways I have in here.
How many colorways?
I have 4. I'm trying to figure out... I guess I could use this if I needed to go light again. Because it is a scrap shawl. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Right, it's not supposed to...
So this is getting...
It's just supposed to be a hug.
This is quite large already. And if you guys watch Chronically Crocheting Crystals, and I forget what episode it is that she received my shawl that I gave her. She got the blue one.
Yeah, the one that was super airy.
And it's huge. She stood up, and it's really long on the back, and it's got this nice long wingspan. Now this is getting long enough for me, so I can probably stop any time. But I know Talia is a little longer in her arms, and she's a little taller than I am.
A little longer? I've got like orangutan arms.
She's also a little taller than I am by about maybe an inch.
But the thing is, if it was just the inch of height, it would make too much difference. But I'm very long-limbed.
So this is going to be maybe done in the next month, I hope. I want it to be done by Christmas at the latest. So we'll see what happens. Oh, my hook.
Yes, do not lose the hook.
Hair. I missed a piece of hair and it keeps getting in my way.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. It always drives me nuts.
Oh, there. Okay. That'll do for now. That'll do, pig.
Reference.
Yes, it is a reference. Okay.
Okay, so let me just quickly finish because I'm so close to finishing this row. These rows are so short that I can usually just rush through them pretty quickly. Particularly when once I get past the part where I'm working on the bunny and I'm just following the pattern. It's pretty
following the pattern, following the pattern, wherever it will go.
There we go. Okay. It's starting to look a bit more like a bunny. Oh, Mom, I need to show you, speaking of bunny, one of the things, because, Facebook can be filled with so many negative things, that I start following things like that just say like pictures of bunnies, like I love bunnies, and I make it go to the top of my feed, so if I'm not feeling well I can see bunnies first thing. And Mom loves lop ears when she likes bunnies, and they asked people to post pictures of their bunnies, and someone showed the picture of their miniature lop ear that was they said, begging for a third breakfast. And they're like, and I couldn't say no. Because he was just like looking like, super cute.
And the little one with the kitty jumping up and down was cute too. Mm-hmm. That was cute. I love lop-eared bunnies, but so I have to remember I'm afraid to take down Daddy's painting, but we have to remember to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
All right, so your turn.
next one for me. Because I have 2 left. Okay. So this weekend when I was working on stuff for me. Oops, there's a bunny. This is my, I call this my TARDIS Bigger on the Inside bag. And this was a plover bear. This is, for a long time, was my absolute favorite bag. It's a plover bear bag. Was this the one I had to mend? Because I put too much, no, I think it was a Batman one.
Yeah.
Because I would put too much stuff in it, and I broke one of the straps. I just sewed it back on. But no, this one's actually surprisingly stayed intact, considering how much abuse I put on it. But this is, well, the blue one was TARDIS Traveler. This was like autumnal something or other. Basically, this
wasn't the bonfire wrap, wasn't it?
This might be bonfire wrap. Yeah. This is a Dobbinwood. Oh, I'll show you what the other one looks like, just so you have an idea of what I'm making. So this is the Dobbinwood that I made that was the TARDIS Traveler. Very nice. I wear this constantly. It's never been blocked. It probably will be nice and long. Oh yeah, you got to play with your turtle. You see, that was a on purpose accident.
La 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 la.
So, I can only imagine how long it's going to be when I actually block it. I finished it a couple days before my neurosurgery. I think it was a week before my neurosurgery. So I wove in my ends. I was like, I'm not blocking this. I need to have this for surgery. Mm-hmm. And I wore it constantly in the hospital. I've basically worn it at some point every day since then. So once this is done, I can finally wash and block this.
I was going to say, it probably needs a wool wash.
Yeah. So this is more of my colors, autumnal. And this is Miss Babs. I can't even remember what this colorway was. I meant it for a sweater. I can't imagine what I was thinking.
Be a bright sweater.
I was thinking less that it'd be a bright sweater. It's just so much variegation.
It would be pretty as a sweater, as long as it didn't have too much going on in it.
I think of the Bengals when I see this.
The Bengals?
Like the football team?
Okay, yeah. You said Bengals, and I thought of Walk Like an Egyptian.
Oh, yeah, no. And then this is. I have a couple of yellows and oranges that I'm altering.
Is this your go-to? Is that?
No, I didn't have any available for that. It was in too many other projects. Right. But so what I did was I had a gradation, like it was like yellow to orange, set for Dragonfly Fibers. So I've been using the very. It does. I actually had to change colors. You can barely tell because they are close. Yeah. Yeah, it is a little more obvious up there.
But it just looks like maybe it was going into a gradation from the yarn.
Right.
So.
And then this here. Oh, I love this color.
That's gorgeous brown.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what that was. It was something coffee, I think.
Espresso or something?
Yeah, it might have been espresso. So, yes. Because I had gotten this when I was planning to design another bunny. One like a Coco. Mm-hmm. And Coco has his muzzle about that color. And that's what I was intending it for. But I never got it. That was when I got sick. But, yeah.
Sicker.
Obviously sick. So, yeah. I still have quite a bit to go before I do my next lace section for this part of the flat that goes over. Then I would start the other side once I finish this side. It's been a very long time coming. It's been jealous of the fact that I've been working on other projects. Because for a while, this was my favorite project. It was like all I would want to work on, one of the Dobbinwoods. And when I'm done with this Dobbinwood, Mom has yarn set aside for me to start her Dobbinwood. Mm-hmm. So.
Okay.
Because it is a nice comfort pattern.
All right. My next one is in my PHN Chameleon bag. It's again a Silver Shed USA bag. Artwork by my husband. Okay. And this was what was this? Just for the, for the kit. Foon and the Woman
And
Cave.
it's 2017.
2017.
I love when she puts like something that tells
Yeah.
us the year on there because
this-
then
This is a picture of my yarn, the Foon and the Woman Cave yarn. That's
fun times.
this. That's the pattern that went with it. This is the kit.
My
Okay.
original one had green eyes.
Yeah, mine had blue eyes.
The original fun is in my bedroom.
So in this bag is my James C. Brett yarn at the bottom of the Hill scarf. This is I'm just playing around with something. I saw a pattern in a book and I'm playing with it. This should be finished relatively quickly. I have this much yarn to go. And then I'm going to try and play with it and see if I can maybe make a design pattern out of it. But right now...
A design pattern. Is that
Yeah.
the technical term? A
It
design
is.
pattern?
It is, and that's where I was. So you can see I didn't get quite as much work done this week on it as I did last week, but there it is. It goes pretty quickly when I'm working on it. It's a forgiving pattern. If I should mess up, you can't really see it. And the yarn, I'm not swapping out yarns for those of you who are new. It's just doing that on its own. James C. Brett's got some really beautiful yarns. And this is chunky, I think. It's a huge skein. I mean...
Oh yeah, it's huge.
This is about maybe a quarter of the skein left, and so
It's kind of like my, although it probably is less yardage than my Pound of Love.
yes, but this is a bigger yarn.
Yeah.
Your Pound of Love is what, a worsted
It's a light worsted,
DK?
I'd say. Yeah.
So this is a chunky. So and it's
Yeah.
got like I think it's like 300.
And for chunky, it's really rare to have that
yeah,
much yardage.
it's like 380 yards or something
yeah,
like that.
it's a really rare thing.
It's a
Usually
good-
chunkies come like in 100 some yards.
I think it's not even that because usually your bulky comes in 100. My bulky is 137 to 100, like between 107 and 137 yards. This is chunky and it's over 300 yards.
It's really decent.
So and it feels nice on your hands. It's not.
Right, it's not one of those ones that feels plasticky.
Sometimes I'll get a chunky or a bulky and it feels like
As much as I love Knit Picks Brava, I don't like their
Yeah.
bulky because to me at least, I'm more sensitive to it. But to me, it has that plasticky feel. But their worsted in DK, or I can say the Sport, their worsted in Sport does not have that feel to
and
me.
sometimes when you get that bigger weight yarn, it's not plied really well, and I don't
Yes,
like.
and that's not just them. That's just in
No.
general.
And I'm not talking about Knit Picks at all. I don't know. I only used their bulky maybe once, but their Brava bulky. But some of the others that I picked up, it's just so loosely plied, and I keep splitting it, and I don't like that. So this is really good.
I'm sure it's a little easier to split it for crochet than it is for knitting even. But
I don't knit with a lot of acrylic. I usually crochet with it.
because I am primarily a knitter, even though I am a crochet toy designer. I'm still primarily a knitter just because my I'm pretty limited on what I crochet. I crochet toys. That's it. Because that's all I like to crochet.
When I crochet, my projects tend to be larger, except for the toys. And if I'm doing that, it's a little more cost effective for me not to use wool yarn, so I will use more acrylic or acrylic blends. I do use, as witnessed by the shawl I'm doing for you, I do use yarn that's wool or wool or whatever on occasion, but it's a little more expensive because
Yeah.
it takes up more yarn.
Okay, so I need another bean. Do you want another bean?
Bada bing, bada boom. Is it my turn? Or is it
It's
your
my turn.
Okay.
Do you want a bean?
Thank you.
My last project. Do you have how many do you have left?
2.
Well, then go do another one. Then I'll do one.
Okay.
Because I only have
Are
one
you
left.
sure you only have one left?
I positive only have one
Okay.
left because I only had 5.
Okay. This is what Ty's project used to be in for a shawl. I switched out.
I do want to show before. I forgot to show the bag that my dishcloth is in.
Right.
Davina drew the Oops is a Bunny for me.
We do
And
have
it's a Silver Shade USA bag.
we do have a lot of unique bags because Davina or my husband will draw the artwork.
Davina really loves giving bags.
And
so
so
bags and
she
gifts.
she will do, if you ask Laura Concert to show you the bag, she did 1 or 2 for Laura.
She might have done 2. I can't
She might
remember.
have. I think she did 2. She did the surfing one, and I think she did the one with the one that's on Daddy's stuck on Daddy's filing cabinet.
Oopsie,
The picture
it's a bunny.
where the turtle has all the balls of yarn on top of it.
That was cute.
Yeah, if you ask Laura to show you the bags Davina gave her,
I
she'll
can't
be,
remember if she just gave Laura the picture for the surfing one or.
No, she gave her a bag.
Okay, I knew she did for the balls one.
But if you ask Laura to show you the bag or bags that Davina designed for her and Anne Brody did for her, I'm sure she'll be more than happy to show you. But anyway, this is Davina loves doing things like that. This is at the bottom of the, no, this is Pesty Westy Baby Blanket Project, and this is from the Migraine Baby Blanket by Talia. And this one I can show now, right?
Yes, because
Okay.
it's been released for a while.
I don't remember working on this.
Well, obviously you must have since you wrote it down.
I must have worked on it at the beginning of the week. So, I love this color. I absolutely
It's a really pretty
love
color.
it. I had to figure out how to make this color in my yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a little bit of progress here, and can you see the little center? It's a little hard to see, but
They can see it.
so this is a very easy pattern.
Well, and it was as it was meant to be.
Yeah, it's an easy. It's a very easy blanket, and it's not.
I literally meant it to be you could work it with your eyes closed because that was how I was working it. It's what I can do when I have to have all the lights off and my head's in so much pain. That's the only thing I can work on.
If I didn't have so many issues with my hands sometimes, and then time issues and things like that, there's lighting issues in our living room. So if I sit there with my husband, I can't see. as
Right,
well.
and Mom doesn't knit by feel the way I do. So for her, that is an issue. For me, I don't have to look at this pattern.
Yeah, I can crochet most of the time like that. Although if it's something that I have
You
to
see,
pay attention.
I find crochet with just feel to be a lot more difficult.
Well, I'm it's just, and if I felt more comfortable, perhaps I could.
Well, it's something
But-
that it does take time and, because it took me a while to learn how to do it without looking.
Right. And I'm not sure I'm going to have enough yarn with this to do the whole blanket. If not, it'll be a lovey kind of thing. Because I do want to finish the pattern, and it'll go to, maybe it'll go to Kim if it's a lovey.
Right.
Because even a preemie might be able to use it, or
Right,
something.
exactly.
So hopefully we'll be able to get those out soon, too, because it's taking up space in my room.
Right.
Because a lot of times people weren't accepting stuff. Now I think they're opening up to accept
Right.
things. So we can start sending those charity things out.
So my last one, just let me finish chewing this bean, because poor timing. So, in my Tree Frogs bag is, and I still have my Lego Batman hanging off there. I think Laura gave this to me.
Laura Concert?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Laura Concert gave me Lego
Yeah.
Batman. Okay, so in my Tree Frogs bag by Silver Shed USA, I actually did this was most of what I worked on Sunday.
Well, that's turning out really nice.
This is my dandelions and I'm sorry, it's not dandelions. It's buttercups
And bluebells.
and bluebells on a field, or buttercups and bluebells field. That's what it is. Because I love buttercups.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just so sweet. So this actually has gotten quite a bit of work on it. It's been a while since you've seen it, so you might not be able to tell.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, you have to be careful about stretching too far.
Yeah, I'm not
because it's
stretching at
wide.
all. Yeah.
What I'm going to do differently is they at a point have you create the little, they're like big eyelets is the way what I would call them. It's these big holes at the bottom of the shawl. There's a
Like
really,
little loops.
Yeah, little loops. It's a really pretty design. But what I would find consistently was that I would get it caught on doorknobs.
Because she's talented.
Like it happens to me all the time. So for this one, I'm going to make it a little longer. I've done all my, I've written out how I want the colors to progress. And I'm going to finish with just a normal garter stitch in yellow. So, yeah, I have decided that I am doing my own take on this. Just like I didn't decide not to do the twigs.
As the Cozy Up Knit said, you hacked it.
Yeah, I hacked it. Not enough for it to be like my pattern, but enough that it is, because it's still recognizably
Oh, yeah, it's her
on the
pattern.
forest floor. But I'm just taking out the elements that I don't feel like working. And also then I get a longer shawl out of it. Because I love the shape of this.
I love that shawl. I wore it the other day for our online mass. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I think we might need to block yours, because you said it wasn't terribly long. And I'm thinking if I finished it a little bit before surgery,
It might not have been.
I might not have been able to block it.
I love the shawl. It's absolutely gorgeous. I have one on the needles. She did it for me because I was not going to get it.
Right, so
So-
I just had you pick your yarns and I knit it for you. it's kind of her go-to. Like, she starts thinking of a project she might like, and she'll be like, well, I have these yarns. Will you knit it for me?
I try it first,
Yes,
to
she
be quite
does.
honest.
Yes, she does. But I knit things a lot faster, and there are also things that, you know, maybe Mom doesn't really want to knit.
I prefer to crochet. Mm-hmm. I do love knitting too, but I prefer to
But
crochet.
you are, I think, in your heart and soul, you're a crocheter.
In this, I can't show you. This is the one that Ty is almost finished with.
Yes. And once... I will have it to show next week. I've determined I need to finish it. Because it's supposed to go to the buyer by October.
Right.
So that means that I'll have it to show next week, and she'll be able to show hers.
Even though it's not in testing?
It'll be that will be when it enters testing.
But can I show partial when it's in testing? I can't show it.
That's right.
I can't show it. I can't show you the colors. I'm actually using 3 colors for this. Oh, I have a project bag in here.
Did you work on that set project?
No, I didn't get a chance to. Okay, I have 2 different greens and the Bare Necessities. I have my Bare Necessities colorway, which is this, and I have 2 Miss Babs
That she's
greens
alternating.
that I'm alternating. So
Which is actually a really cool effect that she's getting.
it is. So it's a pretty good size shawl. It's a pretty good size project.
Well, Mom's making the bit second to largest size.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think it's going to get to them by Christmas.
Oh, heck. There's no sense in rushing yourself.
No. Okay.
Or you'll end up making a mistake like I did.
Yeah.
I think my mistake was made when I tried to knit mine in the dark.
Do you have any FOs?
I do not. I was hoping to have the baby blanket to show, but
Yeah. I didn't work on anything small enough to have an FO, so there's no FOs for me either. Let's see. What's next?
okay, so next we do I think our don't we do like beads and string and graphic novel? Do you have any graphic
I
novel?
don't have any graphic novel.
Okay, I don't have a lot for beads and string, but I do have a little bit. So I did work, I think I added like a decade to this one. Oh, this is yellow. I forgot what color it was. Because I had the blue light on, or it was almost dark, so I thought it was more of a tan. Hang on. I'm trying to make a knot.
Did you want a tan?
No, I couldn't remember what color it was.
Oh.
No, I had already started this one.
Okay.
So I did one decade. So just started another rosary. This rosary started, I guess it must have been the week before, and I just added a decade yesterday. So I didn't do a whole lot of
Very
work.
pretty.
Did I make another knot on my string? No, I didn't. But what I really did, mostly for my beads and string, besides, I got a bunch of beads, like storage stuff coming in that I reorganized all that, and I have extra boxes now for it. Which I apparently love organizing stuff. And now I know all my string.
But that's
That's beads and
acquisitions.
string.
But it's acquisitions.
I
Get
guess-
it right.
Look at this, guys.
It's acquisitions.
It makes me so happy. We're bleeding into acquisitions. I have my, like, autumnally, this is like my browns and oranges and yellows and off-whites and pinks and reds. And this one is my blues and greens, white, black.
Got purple in there.
Oh, purple, yeah, sorry. With my my green glasses, I forgot about the purple. So, all different shades. Makes me happy. So,
My turn.
it is your turn. I stole it, precious.
My
And then I have
precious.
enough boxes to grow.
What does it have in its boxes, precious?
And then also what I can do when people make a special orders, I can take a picture, like, this is what I have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all nicely organized.
You have to open it, though.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't take a picture through the thing. That would be stupid.
You weren't specific. You weren't specific.
So, yeah. Yay.
No card making for me, so
And we don't have any AFO, so then we do go into acquisitions.
we have royalties.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't buy... I think I told you already about my yarn acquisitions because they're already put away. I actually got all... I had to reorganize my stash. I gave Davina some of my acrylic. My mom's going to get some. And because my shop is full, I had to reorganize so I had places to put it. And I also wanted to get my bare yarn out of boxes, so it's up in the shelves now.
Yeah, I just noticed now the boxes are gone. Because, observant I am.
I told you about it.
I don't remember.
I even showed you.
It's been a rough week.
She doesn't listen to me.
Don't be mean.
It isn't. I can not being mean.
You're so mean.
Anyway,
You're so mean.
I didn't have anything else. I don't think that was a. Except I know I'm getting there. That's not me. That's us.
And I already talked about my acquisition.
This came from a very
person.
sweet, wonderful person, and I wanted to check out her shop. Is it on the thing?
I actually don't know her shop name.
It might be on the thing. Davina got one, and we got one. This is from Fiber Hermit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she wants us to say her name on here, so I'm not gonna.
There's the cards here, so
Have
let's
it
look
right
and
there.
see if she says. I don't remember if she's. I don't think she actually told us the name in the.
I think it might be on the band.
Oh, it could be. Let's see. She says it's Etsy shop. I'm sure if you look for Fiber Hermit on Etsy, you'll find her.
If that's under her name.
I'm sure it. Hang on,
hope
I'm going
so.
to do a search.
Well, here, let's open this first. We each got some. First of all, Davina got the most beautiful pair of socks.
She did.
Absolutely
She asked me
gorgeous.
what colors Davina liked, and I told her, and Davina wore the socks yesterday.
And we got this, and she said it's the sweetest. Did you show the card, the outside of the card?
No, I did not, because
It was so sweet.
it wasn't a card, Mom. It was.
Oh, it's a note.
It was
Okay,
a note. That's why I
okay.
was like, I don't think it was a card.
It was the sweetest thing because I knew she was sending something
It
to
was
Davina.
so
I had
sweet,
no
like-
idea she was sending something to us. Let's look at this first. You can do the shop later.
It takes 5 seconds.
Talia, I want to see what she got. So come on.
Fiber Hermit. Search. Okay, so it doesn't come up with fire. All right, so we need Margaret to tell us.
It might be on the thing here.
Okay.
Yes, it is on here.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Buggy Wheel. Okay, handmade in 7 Lakes by Buggy Wheel Sock Co. This is
It was if she used her own yarn.
Etsy.com shop. Etsy.com /shop/ Buggy Wheel Socks Co. All one word. And also Buggy Wheel Sock Co. @gmail.com. So she does socks.
And this is really cute.
Oh, these are beautiful.
These are beautiful. She made mine shorter because
She made mine shorter too.
I tend to have overheating.
Look
Oh,
at
that is so
these.
you, Mom.
Aren't they beautiful?
I had to put my glasses back down in a second, but I pulled them off so
Look
I could
at-
take a look at the colors. But yeah, she made these short because I overheat so easily. She wanted me to be able to take them
I can't
off.
tell you how soft these are.
Oh, these are super. And I like what she did with the heel here. It's a little bit. Most time when people do socks, it's just a straight
yeah,
heel.
yeah.
Whereas it's a little bit more.
There's a little bit more on the back of your heel. It's really, really nice. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Aren't those my colors? Look at that.
And it fits
Margaret-
very nicely.
Margaret,
Oh, look!
this-
Look how nicely that works because I can't really show you.
And I can't put my foot up that high, so I'm not going to put mine on right now.
Let's see.
But-
So can you kind of see? This is an awkward move, but there. I think you can kind of see, right?
I'm not even attempting that. Yes.
You
that's-
see the where it
Yes.
does there? Yay, flexibility.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't be doing this.
Probably not. I know I'm not even going to attempt with my hip hurting. So I'm just going to show you them off my feet. But if they fit Talia, they would most definitely fit
Yeah,
me.
because we are very close in size.
So look at this.
It's very comfortable too.
Oh, this is so soft.
I'm going to put it on after the podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to put mine on after
because
the
I think
podcast.
even with my neuropathy, they'll be very comfortable.
Hand wash or machine tumble dry. 75% wool, 25%
Where'd my
nylon.
label go?
This is so soft. I absolutely love these. Margaret, thank
Where's
you.
my label?
Very, very much.
Because I might want to get socks from her in the future. Oh, there's
I
my
have,
label.
I have my, yeah, I might want to as well
Because these are very soft and they don't bother my feet with the neuropathy.
I might have her make even some that like this, and because I'll use these for slippers.
Because these are actually not as sometimes my neuropathy socks, they're thicker and my feet will feel like they're burning in them.
Right, these are very, very nice.
And I don't think this will bother my, because there's no seams to bother my neuropathy.
Okay.
So I think that this will be a perfect.
That's what the label looks like. I don't know if that's on her actual Etsy shop or not. I haven't had a chance to go look because I forgot to, because we opened
I
Davina's.
love.
And
look,
this-
my heel.
If you want to write that down, I'll hold it up for a second. It says let's see, Etsy.com /shop / and I can't read the rest because it's too far away from me, but I think it's, oops, there it goes. Buggy Wheel Sock Co. All right, and I'm gonna make sure I have that on my favorites.
Yes, I'm going to look it up afterwards because this could be a very good... I'm always looking for good socks that that won't hurt my feet, but also be good for overheating.
And I don't like to make socks.
Because it takes so long to make socks, it takes knitting time away from things I want to knit, and then I put holes in the socks that I've knit by hand, and I get so upset by that I get mad at making socks.
This is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So, thank you so much, Margaret.
Thank you. I will definitely be checking out your shop.
On Etsy. Guys, it's etsy.com/shop/Buggy Wheel Socks Co. And
this is Knit Picks Felici Pinwheel.
Right, and it's buggywheelsockcode@gmail.com.
What's your colorway? You put it on there.
Cascade Heritage Prince Merino. And the colorway, I don't know if she did the colorway on this one.
Maybe not, because mine says... Well, maybe this is a kind of yarn, because Knit Picks Felici Pinwheel, I think, might be the kind.
Right. And so mine is Cascade Heritage Prince. I always wanted to try that yarn. Isn't that pretty? Mm-hmm. It kind of self-patterns, which is really nice. Thank you so
But
very
I'm really in
much.
love with what she does in the back of the heel.
Yes, I'm so excited by these. I'm going to put them on later.
As soon as I finish the podcast.
Yep. Davina already wore hers, Margaret. She absolutely loves them. We waited for the podcast, but we didn't want to wait for hers. So, thank you so very much.
I like the fact that they are low socks. I just love everything about them.
This makes me happy. Happy mail. Happy mail.
I just, like I said, love everything about them.
I love it. Thank you so much. Yay.
So I can't wait to put these on.
Okay.
Because I think it's going to be so much more comfortable.
Yeah. Okay, let me just put that in here. And I managed not to tear the paper. Yay. Okay.
Well, then you might want to put mine with yours, because I didn't tear mine either, and this would be good for packages. And by packages, I mean Christmas presents, because Mom and I are too lazy to wrap things.
Well, I tend to put...
I'll wrap Davina's if I'm feeling okay.
I tend to use this for type of stuff for my yarn, so you might get some of this from my yarn if I repurpose it, or it might be used for packaging. I don't know. This is the cutest little monkey.
It is very
what is
cute.
it, monkey? Monkey with...
Yeah, they're monkeys. It's monkeys with hearts.
So, let me just kind of...
In my shop, I don't tend to use as much in the way that I started initially before I got my organza bags.
Yeah, you got some of my...
And I was wrapping them up, but it took so long to make those little ribbons I was making.
Thankfully, she didn't really tack this on hard.
So we're able to save
it.
Why is the trash on my table?
Just leave it there for the moment.
You put it where you don't have to look at
Okay.
it.
This is this really cute tissue paper. Okay. All right. Yay for Happy Mail.
I'm
We're
so
excited.
happy with
Okay.
that.
Thank you so very, very much,
where
Margaret.
I know where it's
please, please do if you... She does... I think she machine knits socks. I don't know if she does other knits as well, but do check out her shop if you...
the little bit I put it on my foot was very comfortable.
Yeah, and they're very well made. So
Yes.
take a look at that, please. Thank you so much, Margaret.
Thank you.
Okay, now on to writing, reading, and that kind of stuff. I'm still working on the shared story. I used to write the shared story a lot faster, but I've got so many other things taking up my time and my brain space that...
Well, I think if you start relegating certain days for dyeing and then certain days for writing, that'll help.
Well, the thing with writing is I don't relegate. I write.
Writing does it when writing will.
Writing, yes. But anything creative for me is kind of like when the inspiration hits. But I can try to maybe...
Well, if you're sitting down and at least reading it and blocking things out.
Yep.
Because that's one good thing about the shared story. There is the thing where you have to read it.
To refresh, because Taya had it over a year. So,
yes, I did.
And that's not normal.
No, I mean, last year was an interesting year.
So I'm going to try. I am working on it. I have written on it. Maybe up to 1,000 words, maybe. Reading, I am making progress on Queen by Timothy Zahn. I finished Consider the Lilies and am now turning my attention to a Bible study that... It's not actually a Bible study. It's scripture and commentary on St. Paul for every day that I was doing more intensely before I picked up Consider the Lilies. Now I'm going to pick it up again. I was just reading it as I was doing Consider the Lilies. Now I'm going to pick it up with more of an eye to studying.
Maybe start it over?
No, it's day by day, so I don't want to start it over.
Oh, okay.
And I'm also reading Pray Like Mary. I'm hoping to pick up some other things later, but that's all I'm reading at the moment.
Reading hasn't been good for me this week. It's been very hard for me to focus on that sort of thing. Mostly, I've been binge watching the Great Courses Plus. I did manage to watch a little bit of Firefly. The only reason why I was able to handle it, I think, is because I knew what was coming next.
Right.
I've watched it before.
Right.
And my favorite episodes I've watched multiple times.
Right.
So it's like, okay, even though it's action, I know what's coming. There's no
Right.
surprises for me. And it's in a controlled environment. My room is dark, blah, 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 blah. Sound is as low as I can get it while still hearing it. So I watched a few episodes of that, which was nice to have a little bit of change and to enjoy some character stuff without having as high a risk of overstimulation. If I started feeling tired, I would put it away because I'm like, okay, this is not a good idea now. But mostly it was binge watching the Great Courses Plus. I finished the course on ancient Rome. It was the Rise of Ancient Rome. And Rise of the Roman Empire, actually I think what it was. So because he stops when Octavian takes over, because that's when the empire began.
Right.
So I went and put on my to-watch list all of his other courses because I'm a creep. Because I really loved his way of teaching. You can tell that he loves his material.
It's always nice when the teacher enjoys what he's teaching.
Well, at least one episode, he dressed up in a toga.
Oh, no.
Well, he had clothes underneath.
Oh, okay.
It was not, it was covered, but it was not necessarily like a purely Greek. It was more like what the Romans would have worn.
Right.
So he was showing the oratory style where you had to wave your hands and stamp your feet, but make sure you don't do it too much. You get a dance named after you, like one guy did. But this past one, I'm now doing his one on just all ancient civilizations, and he's doing Sparta right now. And he put on
Sparta's pretty interesting.
part of the armor that they would have worn. He said he's in the process of trying to make a full set of their linen armor.
Linen armor.
It was linen. He said actually they tested it by I'm assuming not while he was wearing
I would
it.
hope not.
By shooting arrows at it, and said actually it was as good as metal. I guess it was such a tight weave.
Yeah.
Well, you think about Kevlar.
Yeah.
That's cloth.
I always thought Kevlar was a plastic or metal.
It might have some in there now, but no, it's cloth. It's a really tight weave.
Yeah, I thought it was a tightly woven metal or tightly woven, like a tighter than chainmail.
I'm pretty sure Kevlar is a cloth, and it's the tightness of the weave think about Davina's. Davina's crochet.
Right.
It's very it would be hard. It's solid.
I still think there must be something in it though, because you're stopping a bullet with Kevlar.
Well, bullets a little. I mean, now they probably do have a little bit of something in it because it's a bullet versus an arrow, which doesn't have quite the same speed as a bullet.
And Kevlar's recent, so
right. But yeah, so that tells you what an enthusiast he is. He's making his linen armor. He hasn't gotten it all yet, but he just put on for Sparta part of his linen armor. So he's awesome. So I've been enjoying that.
Okay. We're gonna probably go into personal stuff now, so I want to say.
I guess we are there already.
Before we say goodbye.
Shop news. Shop news.
Oh, shop news. I have completely updated my shop. I have the new colorways up there. The You Can Do Magic, and so is Spooky. Spooky's up there. Everything's up there now. I do want to ask if you would be interested in a 4-week Advent kit. It won't be related colors.
And it won't be every day.
No, it'll be one for each week, and then a Christmas color. It would probably be 4 50-gram skeins and 1 full skein. And it could be either, depending on what I have available and what I can get, it might be some fingering sock and it might be some DK. So you would have a choice of fingering sock or DK. And not necessarily Christmas colors. It would just be Advent, so you just open it up. So if you're interested in that, let me know so I can start working on it, because I would like to have it out to you sometime in November. Based on the interest, it will determine on what I do. So if you are interested in a 4-week Advent kit, you would open one every week. You could determine what day you open it up. I guess I would want to have it out maybe, when does Advent start? Usually the weekend
It's the weekend after Thanksgiving.
after Thanksgiving. So I have to start getting going if I'm going to be doing this. So if you want to be doing, you would like that, let me know. I think I have a couple of kits available. I don't have a lot of 50 gram things, so let me know soon so I know if I have to.
grammars.
Let me know so I know if I have to order anything, okay? Because maybe if there's an interest, maybe I'll put pre-orders up. I'll see how many I have, and then I'll see how many I'm willing to do on short notice. I probably should have thought about this a little bit earlier. I had been thinking about it, but things had been really busy. So if you would like something like that, please let me know, and then we can work on that, okay?
Okay, and then for my shop news, I have a new banner that Dad created for me for my shop, and he said my business cards are in transit, so we're not sure where they are along the way, but it's really awesome. He designed it for me.
It's beautiful. Just take a look at our banner, you get an idea.
Yeah, and it's on my Facebook page, it's on my Etsy shop, it's on my Instagram. Basically everything related to the shop has my new banner / logo on it.
He's our advertising artist.
Yes.
But before we get, keep going.
Because that's shop news, right?
Right, it is.
So, and then...
Don't mention that yet.
Yeah, I wasn't going to.
Okay.
And I have put a few new rosaries up in the shop. I do plan on putting at least one of the tortoise, turtle love cows that I knit up in the shop. I have a few more knit ornaments that I'm going to be putting up in the shop. I just have to take some pictures. And I have a few rosaries that I forgot to take pictures of that I thought I had taken pictures of that I need to take pictures of and put up in the shop.
Right.
But it just hasn't been top priority. But that's kind of what's going on there.
Okay, so now we're going to go into personal stuff. So if you would like to leave, I first want to say thank you to everybody who commented. Again, my disclaimer as usual, if I don't thank you, it's because I didn't see you I either didn't see you or you did it after we started podcasting or whatever. We are appreciative even if I forget to mention you.
So long, farewell, and thanks for all the fish.
Thank you, Brittany, Rena, Looney Hiker, Steph, Sequa75, Wendy, we call MacGyver. Sandy, welcome back, Stitched by Mimi, and Bev. Thank you very, very much for all your comments. And for those of you who have commented and that we didn't see it before we podcasted, thank you very, very much. If you would like to say goodbye right now, because we're going to start talking about personal type things, personal life, real life things, then we wish you a very blessed...
non-knitterly things.
Yeah, we wish you a very blessed weekend and week, and we hope to see you back here for the Fun in the Woman Cave.
Indeed.
We'll give you a couple seconds to say goodbye, and we will start in on that.
To lift up towards the moon.
Okay. All right, I think they should be gone by now.
Okay.
Okay, first off, you said it's been a rough week, so...
Yeah, so just a lot of light sensitivity, a lot of overstimulation, a lot of fatigue, and just I've not been able to handle sitting up very well. Get very tired and lightheaded easily. I'm actually really happy it lasted as long as I have this week for this. But physical therapy was a lot more exciting than...
Yeah, that was fun, not.
So we talked about pseudobular last week with the emotional overreactions and stuff. I think I pretty much can say I had an episode of that.
Yeah, it was frightening because she came out with Amanda,
who is a therapist.
A therapist. I'm sitting there working on
because
whatever.
the physical therapy itself, it did tire me. There were points where I had to lift up my legs, work really hard to lift up my legs to walk. And I felt kind of ick inside and was overstimulated and stuff. But I was handling it.
Right. And so she came out and she started the kind of crying that you get with the...
where you're just like completely like... So it's what I think of like the someone died crying. Like,
yeah,
it was
completely... Something completely just really intense kind of crying. And she had the mask on, so I couldn't tell if she was hyperventilating, if she was having an attack of some kind. When I finally got her, Amanda, of course, obviously was very concerned. She stood there until she calmed down. But
well, she also went because I hadn't quite calmed down when she walked away, but she walked away to turn down the lights.
Yeah, turn on the lights.
Actually, just turned them off, I think. Yeah.
She Amanda, I mentioned this before. Our physical therapies group over there is fantastic. Pro Physical Therapy in Front Royal, they're absolutely fantastic. So she, when I finally understood what was going on, Ty was able to tell me. Then we just waited for her to calm down. But
because it lasts about 5 to 10 minutes, which is about like I think we mentioned with Sudafed last week. It'll come on really quickly. You can't control it, and I could not make it stop.
No, she couldn't.
Even if I'm apologizing about it happening, it's not like I could be like, oh, and I'm going to stop crying now.
No.
And it wasn't like I was upset about something. I wasn't in pain. I didn't feel well.
Right.
But...
And I felt that once it was a lot easier once I was sure that Amanda understood, because I felt like I was monitoring two people. But...
thankfully, I had given Amanda a bit of a lowdown about the Sudafed right before.
Yeah, and so she handled it beautifully. And then, we waited for Talia to calm down, and I took her home. And it wasn't like she couldn't do the thing at all. She did most of her physical therapy, but she just, I say like a meltdown on steroids. It was just, Davina would have a meltdown, but it wasn't like that. And so...
And then once I got to the car, fine.
Yeah, she was fine.
And that's the way to...
tired, though.
Oh, well, tired, yeah, because I had... but I would have been tired anyway from physical therapy. But yeah, so it's tired. And maybe, when you have vestiges of tearfulness where you're not going to cry, but you kind of feel the leftover afterwards. So it's just... I do believe there is some Sudafed. It was just a really strange overreaction to the situation. And the fact that it cleared up so quickly when the stimuli
Well, they said 40% of the people with POTS have something like that. And it's just, you don't get oxygen to your brain, funny things happen. So
yes.
It's
and also I was being overstimulated and
yep. She is high maintenance.
I need to write my therapist like I'm sorry note or something. I felt so bad for my physical therapist.
She's such a sweetheart. She is. But anyway, so that's part of what happened.
And then a lot of the week is a lot of fatigue.
Right. But we don't want to end on that kind of note. So we will tell you the exciting news now. Not related to us necessarily, related to me. My husband, we might have told you.
I don't think we did.
He entered a contest.
Through the pharmacy that was attached to the place I last worked.
Right.
And they take care of all of our meds.
All of our meds, yeah. So they had this little flyer type thing in one of our medical, we get it sent through the mail. Davina's meds, Ty's meds, my little meds, they come through the mail. And so there was this little flyer about an art contest. We're like, you should do that. You should try that. And he had a little bit, he hauled a little bit. And he finally did enter it. And Taya got contacted about the fact that he had made it for the calendar. Okay, great. That's cool. He got the calendar. That's excellent. And then yesterday, Taya hears from them that he won the overall contest.
And so they were super excited because our area never wins.
He won the overall contest, and he's got they want to do all these things, as many as he wants to do, and
that's still to be determined what he wants to do.
Right, what he wants to do given the climate and all that kind of stuff, the medical stuff, and Taya's condition and all that kind of stuff. But ranging from going out to eat and having social media involved and having
local media
and interviews and all this kind of stuff.
They want to talk to him about his what his inspiration for the painting. They want to have both of us come to a lunch. It's like a whole...
Yeah, that lunch probably isn't happening.
Yeah, probably not, but
Susan
will be disappointed.
How are you going to eat without taking off your mask and talk? No.
I know. I have a good relationship with everyone at that pharmacy. They're very for some reason they really like me.
I can't figure out why.
Either.
But anyway, but that rubs off on the rest of the family. I mean, I call, they deal things and, oh, your tie is on. Yeah, that's me. Okay. So.
Because that used to happen to you at the hospital, too.
Yep. So that was really exciting. For those of you who want to know what the painting is, less recent viewers, more.
The thing
what's
is,
the word I'm looking for?
I'm not sure.
viewers have been with us for a while.
Yeah, I don't know if there's another word for that.
There is another word. But anyway.
But it's not a long while because that paint's no more than a year old.
Right, but we had a big upsurge in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
With the Christmas in July.
That's true.
So for those of you who were after that time period, my husband is a painter, and he did a picture of Talia before she had her surgery, in her wheelchair with her brace and
by a window, trying to looking out.
Yeah, waiting, and I think he calls it waiting
for surgery.
Waiting for surgery.
Yeah,
and it's a beautiful picture. It's hanging up in our living room.
Yeah, I hit him on the way home from church one day.
Yeah,
and it's kind of an unusual color scheme because I'm wearing my all orange.
Yeah, it's a really nice painting.
Yeah, because it's not. I think that it's not a lot of people like to wear the all orange like I will wear.
Right.
So, yeah. And the other high note that I do want to bring up, because I am excited about it, the medicine I've been waiting for a month to have the prior authorization done. This pharmacy that Dad won the contest for, they have been bugging my doctor daily.
They are
daily
fabulous.
For a month. Multiple times a day. Asking to talk to the nurse manager, kind of bugging, in order to get me my medicine. And yesterday I got called by the doctor's office. They approved. I almost cried on the phone. And when I told my pharmacy tech, who I'm on a texting basis with, because she used to work at my location where
I'm mad that they're not going to be here.
Yeah, she's moving.
She's moving. It makes me sad.
It makes me sad too. But she made sure to drop it off at my house that night.
She heard about it in the afternoon. She brought it to our house last night. This is the kind of people we're dealing with.
So
Absolutely fantastic.
I was able to get it started this morning because I wanted to start a full day because it comes in a pack where the pack is my full day dose, and I'd rather not have to use two packs. I can just use a pack a day.
That makes sense. I mean, one more dose wasn't going to
Right. I mean, I've got a month with that. I can wait a night.
But the people over there at Northwestern and Genoa are fantastic. Northwestern deals with Davina. Genoa does her medicine. You know, they're just. I had an overcharge, and they did their thing, and they fixed it, and it was. They're just great. We're very pleased with them. So we had some exciting good news to balance the bad news out a little bit. If you would, bad news.
It's just life. It's what it is. I mean, it's not like it is what it is.
We're not complaining, and we're not.
I mean, it'd be silly for me to be like dramatic about it. It just is.
Life is what it is, and we deal with it, and God has it. So it's not an issue. It's just something that we want to make sure that we show that along with the challenges, there are good things.
Yeah.
Because there is, because God always manages to balance it out. So, so having said that, we want to remind you that next week's podcast will most likely be on Monday, not tomorrow, the following Monday, the 21st. I think that's what the date is. And because of various things that have come up, we don't want to miss a podcast, so it will be a little late. It'll be on Monday, and then we'll have another one on Saturday, so that'll be
so you'll get like it a little closer then.
Yeah, a little closer. So we will,
if you wanted to, I'm sure you could even watch it like a double header.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, we will leave it with that. We want to wish you all a very blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever it is that makes your heart happy, and we hope to see you back here for the Fun and the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 419, and that's a wrap.
Just have 3 more stitches.
Bye.
Bye.